Mike Kafka is joining the Lions, so he is no longer an option for an OC job. Uh, the Eagles had requested a interview with the Cowgirls offensive coordinator Clayton Adams from the Dallas Cowgirls, and we were blocked. So the Cowgirls don't want us to get their OC or interview their OC. So, I mean, I actually liked the way the Cowgirls ran offense, other than maybe the Rams. They gave us the most problems pass-wise. So I think that would have been a good, which they kind of got two of the same receivers like we do. So I thought that would have been a really good pickup, but we've been blocked from it. Let's move on. Clinton Hurt, got the interview for the Dolphins defensive coordinator job. And it is a promotion, so I kind of expect him to take that. It's a promotion. He's a defensive line coach here. He can go somewhere and get more money and more responsibility where he'll be the defensive coordinator. He's calling plays and things of that nature. So I expect him to take that. If he don't, I'm very shocked about it. The Eagles were interviewed Gerard Johnson. He is the offensive coordinator for C.J. Stroud of this year. And the Houston Texans OC, current OC. And I would like to see, man, C.J. Stroud didn't have a bad year like he did last year. He had a better year this year. His best year was with his rookie year, but he did show a lot of great things this year. Despite what he showed us in the playoffs. I got Chase Sr., who's going to talk about the hiring process of the OCs. I know a lot of people are freaking out about it, and he's going to ease your mind a little bit because it's not so much as the OCs aren't choosing us. From what I'm hearing from him, it's we're not choosing these OCs. So I got that video for you. Just stay tuned. We are going to talk about Joe Casper taking on the defensive backs coaching position. So he's moving up, and he'll be doing Christian Parker's job. And what can we expect from him? We're going to have Elliott Schultz let you know what we can expect from him. So let's get into it. Yo, what's going on, Philadelphia Eagles fans? It's your boy Philly Day One, and like I said, man, Joe Casper is now our defensive backs coach, and maybe you don't know him that well. I understand that Coop said a lot of great things about him. I think he was the safeties coach last year, and he'll be the defensive back coach this year. Coop brought him up a number of times in the season, and I feel like he'll be able to come in here and do the job. Now, Christian Parker was able to develop some really big names, and that right there is going to be something that you really can't take from Christian Parker, but he was along to help, so he was able to see that process, and it wasn't just, if you look back at some of my recent videos where I suggested that Joe Casper might get a promotion in the building and be the defensive backs coach. Kind of what happened. Cooper DeJean said him and Quinyon Mitchell will come in there and look at formations maybe 3 times a week, looking formations and stuff like that when it comes to going up against other defenses. And he said he would do that with Christian Parker and he would do it with Joe Casper. So, and Joe Casper is the one behind Reed Blankenship. And the rookie that just came in who really played well, Andrew McCouble. So I don't doubt that he can develop guys because Reed Blankenship ain't the quickest, ain't the strongest safety, but he was very, very solid. He was very solid and he was very smart. So I contest that to Joe Casper. And also, Elliot Schultz said that Vic loves him. Let's run the tape.
So the Eagles lost Christian Parker, who is now the defensive coordinator for the Cowboys. They promoted Joe Casper into his role as D-backs coach. What should we know about Joe Casper?
Vic Fangio really likes him. So he was with the Eagles in 21 and 22 for that team that went to the Super Bowl. And then Vic Fangio hired him away to Miami in 23. When Fangio came back to the Eagles came to the Eagles in 24, he came with him. So he's someone Fangio has always liked. He obviously worked in the secondary last year with the safeties, but, you're kind of working with all the positions in a way when you're working with that back 4 or 5. So, they get some continuity there. And look, Fangio is going to get who he wants. And if that's who he wanted, then that's who he's going to get.
Yeah. So I don't think we might miss a little bit of a beat, but I don't think it'll be a great, a dramatic fall off from what we've been doing. I do think that we should draft a cornerback just because we don't have somebody proven like Christian Parker to make a person. Like he made Adoree Jackson look really good every other game. Every game, like it seemed like every game he got under his belt, he got better. And he had him balling out. By the time the playoffs came, he had him balling out. So we don't have that. I think that we should go get somebody who got talent at the cornerback position. Chase Sr. I know it's a lot of talks, and I can go on and on and on again about who I want. Charlie Wise Jr. or Jim Bob Cooter. Like the people that I want, that I go see, I sit there and I watch the tapes and stuff. I can go on and on about the people that I would like to have coming in this building. But it's a reason for why I'm not the one hiring these offensive coordinators, because they got a system. And Howie Roseman and Jeffrey Lurie are going to trust their system when it comes to these offensive these offensive coordinators. And Chase Sr. is going to tell you for why it's taking so long. It ain't so much as these guys just don't want to, be the offensive coordinator for us. It's more so that we need all the data and all the, watch enough film and do the data to see who we want running our offense this year. We're still in the Super Bowl window. So this is crucial for us.
The reason this is taking so long, it's not just about who the Eagles are trying to hire as OC going into 2026. What Jeffrey Lurie and Howie Roseman do is they gather a bunch of intel. They research all of these candidates. They interview all of these people to get a better sense for where offense is heading in 2026 in the modern day. And when they gather all of that intel, that plays into, one, who they'll hire, but two, what they want to do, who they want to be, the identity that they're going to have on offense, and the type of scheme that they're going to run. And when you're hiring somebody who's so important as an offensive coordinator, you have to make sure, especially with the Eagles being in this Super Bowl window right now with the veteran-laden team on offense, that you get the candidate and the hiring right. Because if you do, what have the Eagles done when they've had a competent offensive coordinator? Shane Steichen made it to the Super Bowl. Kellen Moore won a Super Bowl.
This is crucial, man. Our guys on defense are going to get older. They're coming up on contract years. Jordan Davis, he's due for a contract. Nolan Smith actually came in with Jordan Davis. He's going to be due for a contract. You got Jalen Hunter's in his second year, so maybe next year he'll be due for a contract. You got Jalen Carter, he's due for a contract. We're probably going to lose Nakobe Dean because we have Jahad Campbell here, who's the prodigal son. Hopefully he can do something about his run defense. It ain't terrible, but it ain't Nakobe Dean's, and we're going to harp on that because we're used to Nakobe Dean's. But we're going to cover, when it comes to the middle of that field, we're going to cover really, really well. We just going to have to get people to be behind the sticks a little more. And I think I can leave that up to Vic Fangio to come up with some schemes or whatever to where that plays into our favor. Us getting a better corner, a capable corner, can also do a lot for us too. Because you just throw away from Cooper DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell, and we seem kind of helpless. Now, it got better as each game go on, but you know, we can't keep giving it. Vic Fangio's at his best when all the corners can do their job. And that need to be a point of emphasis in the draft. We get a corner. Cause maybe a safety. I think we still got Marcus Epps for like a year. But Andrew McCool will be back. We don't know who's going to be back there with Andrew McCool. I don't want Sidney Brown back there with Andrew McCool. I don't even know if Sidney Brown have anything left on his contract. But I think Sidney Brown should be on his way out the door. I don't want him entering nobody else. And you know, I feel like with the way things are going, we still have a chance at this. This offense has got to put up points, man, because we are obliterating our defense. We're putting a lot of miles on our defense, and it don't have to be that way. That's all I got, man. Tell me what you guys think. Are y'all wanting to see somebody else except for Joe Casper? Which offensive coordinator is the person y'all really like? I bet you I see a lot of Brian Dayballs in there, bro. And I just don't think that's a good idea. But that's all I got, man. Like, comment, subscribe, turn those post notifications on so you don't miss no video. And we out. Let's go, Birds.